Welcome back. We're here at New London Hospital, and joining me now is Gatia McChesney and Chris Healy. They're both here to tell us about annual wellness visits for Medicare patients. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is a fairly new topic. So Gatia, tell us a little bit about what an annual wellness visit is and who should come.
Absolutely. It's a visit, a yearly visit with a registered nurse, and it's for Medicare patients who have Part B. Medicare, and it's a fabulous 1-hour visit. It's very in-depth and in detail. We go into patients' charts, we clean up and make sure everything looks appropriate, medications are correct, see if they have any new issues or diagnoses since their last visit. We do some basic screenings for depression, safety issues, early memory loss.
Sure.
We do vital signs, blood pressure, pulse, height, and weight. And then we make sure that all of their screening tests that they should have are current and up to date, such as colonoscopies and cholesterol testing and things like that. And then at the end, we talk about any concerns or any new issues that they might have, and we figure out how to address those and get them addressed in the appropriate manner and time frame. So it's a fabulous
It sounds
visit.
wonderful.
Yeah,
That's a tremendous
it is.
benefit to the patient. Explain what some of those benefits might be.
Well, it's very thorough. It's a long visit. It's a nice time to sit down and really get to know your patient. And, you know, we've identified numerous issues in visits that patients aren't aware that they have. And then we can follow up and make the appropriate action on those. And, you know, it's just a great chance. We never get to sit down with patients for a long period of time, so we get to know them and they get to know us and establish a connection.
That's important, develop that relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what next? What after the annual visit?
After that, we write up a very detailed note to their primary care provider, which encompasses everything we've gone over in the visit, so that when the patient comes back in for a follow-up with their primary care provider, the primary care provider is already well aware of everything going on with the patient and any concerns that we might have as nurses and that the patient may have. And they come back in to follow up with the provider. There are occasions that we need them to be seen right away that day if we determine something urgent in the visit, and then we facilitate that. So.
Great. Oh, that sounds so comprehensive.
It is. It's fabulous.
Now, Chris, explain how this is covered and what exactly is covered.
Sure. For any patient with Medicare Part B coverage, these annual wellness visits are covered at 100%, and there's no co-pays or deductibles to patients.
Okay.
So there's a initial visit that happens their first year of eligibility that has a little bit more of sort of a baseline approach to it, and then they have the annual wellness visits from then on. Every year they're eligible to have a visit. Again, at no cost to them.
That's terrific. So there's never a copay or a deductible?
Right. For these visits, now, Gatia mentioned there may be some follow-up care that happens, and that goes back to the regular Medicare rules where copays and deductibles apply. But these wellness checks are carved out as being a free benefit, really. I think, as you touched on, Gatia, it's to really be preventative and to, you know, do the kind of screening that will help with the patient's wellness. And so there's a real benefit there, and I think Medicare recognizes that, and that's why they're offering these at no charge.
Yeah. Now, and how is it different than an annual physical?
Well, an annual physical, Gatia could speak more to the clinical aspects of that, but this is more preventative and screening, and so it's different, and so there's been a learning curve with patients to help them to understand. Everyone's used to that annual physical.
Exactly.
It's part of our lexicon.
Sure.
And so this is different. It has a little bit of a different approach, more preventative and screening and gathering information. So it's a little bit of a change for patients, but we have gotten some good feedback already, I know, so and, we think it's really worthwhile.
Well, from what Gatia mentioned, it sounds more comprehensive than a physical. It sounds like it's a nice long period of time and lots of just chatting and and all that baseline testing, which probably helps your provider follow up very nicely 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now.
Absolutely. The patients have loved it and really appreciated it. Providers really are very thankful that we really delve into all this information for them and help them do their jobs better. And we love it as nurses because it's a great visit. So
yes, it sounds like that. And then what is the best way to schedule one of these visits?
Well, there's a couple of ways. Patients can certainly call in to their provider and say they'd like to get their annual wellness visit.
Yes.
The hospital here at New London, we're also trying to check in with patients when they're here on a regular basis, maybe for another appointment, to say, I see that you are eligible for an annual wellness visit.
Yes.
You know, it's within your year, and so would you like to schedule one now? So either way, we'll try to publicize and schedule them.
Right. So if our audience, people in our audience, have not yet had an annual wellness visit and they're over 65, that's something they should definitely contact their provider about.
Right.
As soon as possible. Thank you. Well, thank you. You have debunked lots of myths and you know, surrounding this new program that Medicare has. So great source of information for everybody.
Good,
thank you very much.
Best wishes.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks.
To check out more videos like this one, click here. And to find our YCN news, click here. You can find out more information about our guest today and find a link to the full show in the description below. With new videos every week, be sure you subscribe to our channel and keep up with everything that's going on in the Kearsarge region. Thanks for watching the Kearsarge Chronicle.